How you doing, guys? Hope you're good. Just finishing setting this up properly. That should work. I feel like I've forgotten something, but I'll find out soon enough. Jenny says, "Let's go Liverpool." Todd says, "Hi," with 2 honor slots. Fish says, "Hat of the stream is probably my oldest hat. I hope it's to your standards." Doge says, "Hi guys, how you doing, Doge? Hope you're good." Elias says, "Hi, hope you're good as well." Harry says, "Hello, how are you? Loved last night, only losing 2. Yeah, it was good. For context, myself and Harry, we were playing Black Ops 6 yesterday. And how many games did we play? Like 6 or 7? And we only lost 2. And we lost 2 with Fish in the comments. Being nice to me and being less nice to Harry. So I think that's pretty good. I love how Fish is a local celebrity now. Yes, saying, "How are you, Fish?" Ilias says, "Hi, bros. Score predictions. Arsenal have gone extremely defensive. Have you seen? They've got 4 defenders and they've got 3 DMs in front of them. I think maybe Liverpool will win 2-1, and I think Arsenal will win. Sorry, Arsenal will score from a set piece." You'll never walk alone. Fans TV says, "Big up. How are we, my mate?" I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Not too bad. Not too bad. Had a decent weekend. Had an early lunch, and then I was like, you know what? I need energy. I need energy before this stream. So I've downed like an entire ice cream. 2 minutes before. So life is good. How about you? How's things with you? I hope you're good. Hope you're good. Harry says, "As always, yeah. Fish is nice to me, less nice to Harry." I was watching back the replay. I know I said I don't do that. I was watching it back. It's actually quite good. It's actually quite funny. Doge says, "Assalamu alaikum." Wa alaikum salam. Hope you're good, Doge. Fish, aka the local celebrity, says, "AFT, we were selling Maya." Who's Maya? Willie Orban to Aston Villa. Here we go. Yeah, you were telling us about that yesterday. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in January. Ilias says, "Atmosphere electric in the stadium." Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Expecting a good atmosphere and a fiery atmosphere. So that's good to hear. They're playing North London forever. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I'm surprised kind of how defensive they've gone. I don't know if you guys have seen this. The Liverpool team is kind of standard. Alisson, Szoboszlai, Konate, Van Dijk, Kirkes, Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, Wirtz, Gakpo, Ekitike. No problem. Nobody. Have they kicked off? Oh, for God's sake, they've kicked off. But I will show you the Arsenal team. Raya, and then 4 centre backs in front of Raya. So Timber is a centre back. Saliba is a centre back. Gabriel is a centre back. Calafiori is a centre back. And then 3 defensive midfielders ahead of those. That's not quite what I was expecting, but hey ho. Let's set the timer. We're just like 45-ish seconds in. Dode says City are below United. Yeah, I was surprised. Like I saw it. I saw it when it was 1-0, and then I said, okay, let's have a look at Haaland's goal, and it was a standard Haaland goal, no problem. And then I was like, okay, City are gonna win. I'm just gonna make some food. I'm gonna have a shower because we got the Liverpool game at 4:30. And then I checked the result before I logged on, and they lost 2-1. What is that about? That is insane. Like, and I think they've got 3 points now, and have United got 4? So, I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. Is it a crisis of confidence? Is it sometimes I guess sometimes you can argue players get sick of the same voice over and over again, and eventually they need a new voice. But the thing is, a lot of the players are quite new as well, so I'm not quite sure what's happening. You'll Never Walk Alone, Fans TV says, big game now. Now that City have lost earlier today. We need another Chiesa winner. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice. I love kind of how much it means to him whenever he scores as well. You can tell it's you can tell, it's something he's gonna remember for a while, and it's not something he's gonna forget. One call from Arne Slot, and he said, "Ciao, f off you, hey, I'm a cop right now." There is a good song. But yeah, I'd love Chiesa to come off the bench and get a winner. Or not even a winner. I'd love an additional goal to the 6 or 7 that have already gone in. That would be perfect. Fish said not Madueke. Milner scored. Yeah, it was a penalty. I had a look at it. It was very nice penalty. He's 39 and he's still. Kanate just missed the ball there, but thankfully Sabazlai saved his bacon. It was a very good penalty, like right in the corner, right in the right-hand corner. So he's still pulling that off at the age of 39. And then he did the Jota gaming celebration, which is a pretty nice touch. How you doing, Josh? Josh says, what do you think about Salah interview? Saying he thinks Arsenal are going to win the league. It's standard, to be honest. Like, he's trying to basically put pressure on them, kind of thing. Because if he says we'll win the league easily, or he thinks we'll win it again, it just unnecessarily creates pressure on Liverpool. So it's kind of what I expected, to be honest. Durwood says, hello, champion family. How are you, Durwood? Hope you're good. Are you moving house tomorrow, I think? Are you looking forward to that? It's got to be exciting. Fish says, Alexander Meyer to Liverpool. Here we go. Who is this Alexander Meyer player you keep referring to? Oh, Arsenal are bringing a player on already. Saliba's going off. Saliba's had enough. And that is it Christiansu or something? The Valencia centre-back, he's coming on. Saliba with a bit of collision with Ekitike, and he looks like he might be coming off. But I use the word collision very lightly, because that didn't look like anything serious. But Saliba is coming off. How you doing, JP? What's your opinion on Liverpool being linked with the swamp deal regarding Paqueta and Elliott? Do you reckon that's genuinely gonna happen? Saliba is coming off. To me, it just kind of looked like paper talk. Has anybody substantial said that one? Pessi says, Pessi, what injury did Saliba get? I mean, he kind of collided into Ekitike. I think it might have been his hip, his side, but it didn't even look that serious. It didn't even look that harsh, if you know what I mean. But it must have been if he's coming off. But yeah, that Saliba's gone off now, and that Valencia guy's come on. Durwood is good. Finished packing today and moving tomorrow. I'm so ready. Good stuff. Exciting times, especially when you've got the packing out the way. It's a bit like, to a certain degree, it's a bit of a microcosm as to when you go on holiday. Like when I go on holiday, I hate packing, but then once it's done, then the fun begins. So moving house is just like a much bigger version of that. Percy says, hey, don't laugh at my name. It's my real government name. To be fair, it's a really good name. I'm laughing because I'm jealous. That's really why I'm laughing. It's my poor excuse at hiding my true feelings and emotions. Fish says, where's Kivio and Ethan Nwaneri? I think Kivio might be getting sold, to be honest with you. Because I think they're getting Hinge Cape. At which point they'd have perhaps a few too many defenders. I think Kivio is going to get sold. Yeah, Percy's like, yeah, fair enough. If you're jealous of my name, that's understandable. Pretty slow start, if I'm honest. Nothing major's happened other than the Saliba injury. Arsenal passing it around. What I will say, that Arsenal away shirt, it's quite nice. I always like shirts that have collars on them. Just look a bit more smart looking. Fish says, yay, glad you're happy, Fish. If you're happy, then I'm also happy. Free kick to Arsenal. Which side are Arsenal attacking first? They must be, they're attacking the Cup first. Liverpool attacking the Anfield Road end. Dexter says, hello lad, how are you, Dexter? Hope you're good. Hope you've been having a nice weekend. Don't fall over, McAllister. Especially don't fall over there. McAllister. Ooh, we've got counter-attack opportunity. 3 versus 3. Vert's running forward. Pass it to Salah. He does pass it to Salah. And then Salah fluffs up the cross. That was a complete waste of time. And now Arsenal are countering. Martinelli versus Konate. Konate defends it. Dexter says, I'm well, thank you. How about yourself? Yeah, good, thanks. Can't complain. I did have a ice cream before the stream, and let's be honest, life does not get much better than that. I was gonna have a second one, and then I had to reconsider the calories, but yeah, all good. Fish says, Google Alexander Meyer. I will Google him if it makes you stop talking about him. Who? This is like an MP. This is not a football player, Alexander Meyer. Unless you can give me the team. How you doing, Jenny? Jenny says, fair play to James Milner. Celebration, Diogo Jota. Yeah. It was a nice penalty as well. Right in the corner. Those ones are kind of typically quite hard to save. And yeah, he did the Jota celebration. He also, I believe, took the Brighton number 20 shirt. He used to have the number 6 shirt last year, and then he took the number 20. How do you feel about that game? That was quite surprising. When I checked the score, like in the afternoon, it was 1-0 to City, because from a Haaland goal, and I thought, okay, fair enough, they'll probably end up winning. And then when I checked the score just before this, it was 2-1. I was like, what's going on? Jenny says, this has got to be the worst player in the Premier League, Mateus Nunes. Where was he playing? Was he playing right back today, or was he playing midfield? And additionally, what about him is particularly terrible? Is it the concentration? Is it his passing? Is it something else? Because I've heard quite a few people are not massive fans of Mr. Nunes. Oh no, you are right. He does play for Dortmund. I will show you. This guy. You're saying he's going to sign for Liverpool. I mean, I highly doubt that if he's 34 years old. And if he's a goalkeeper. We have quite a few of those. So we should be okay. RG is watching this on a speaker. Nice. Does that mean you only have audio, or is it one of those speakers with that have a screen on them? Is it like a Google Home or like one of the Amazon ones? That's what we get for not putting the goal putting a goal away in the first half. Very true. Gakpo just had a shot, but it just gone wide. What happened there? Gravenberch to Gakpo on the left. Gakpo cuts inside because that's what he does, and then he kicks it wide. But yeah, Jenny was saying that's what we get for not putting the goal away in the first, or not putting the game away in the first half. Do you feel like overall you were the better team, or was it like a poor performance, or were you unlucky? You know what I mean? Because I just saw the score at the end. But yeah, goal kick to Arsenal. Alisson comes out, kicks it away. Zubamendi to Calafiori. Calafiori is quite high. Even without the ball, they've got like multiple defenders back. They're definitely trying to win this on a set piece or a corner type of thing. I can feel it. Oh my god, Arsenal are so boring. They just slow the game right down and start kind of passing it sideways, passing it backwards, slow it down, pass it backwards, pass it sideways. Come on, Arsenal, do something of some use, please. Thank you. Even them. Madueke passed it all the way back to Raya because they love going backwards. And Salah almost intercepted that backwards pass. Almost scored. Ooh, good interception by Wirtz. Ooh, close. Yeah, the first 15 minutes of this game have kind of purely been kind of Arsenal passing it backwards and Liverpool trying to break kind of the passing line to kind of intercept and then maybe move the ball forward that way. Way I can describe this player, Mateus Nunes, is Andre Onana. Is he the Andre Onana of midfield? Because if he has, throw in because if he is, I can't think of any worse insult. Jenny says that says it all. Pixel says, is Saliba injured? He is. He got injured about 5 minutes into this game. He collided with Ekitike and got injured. Is he another one in your fantasy team? Also, how am I like 15th in your fantasy league? Like, what's happening? I was second. And now I'm hovering above the relegation zone. Thankfully, somebody at the bottom of your league has got like 70 points. So I don't think I'll finish last. But there's a long way to go. Almost doesn't count. Don't tell me they've scored, because I'll be quite annoyed about that. Man, keepers. How you doing? Edit says Victor Gyökeres versus Hugo Tiki-Taka will be fire. I'd hope so. Currently, Arsenal are preventing it from being fire because they're kind of so defensive at the moment. Like they just they get it to the halfway line and then they pass it back. And then they pass it back to a fullback, and then they get it to the halfway line and they pass it back. They've got a corner now, which I'm slightly concerned about, because they are quite good on corners. Andre Onana, the Man United keeper. Yeah, if you're saying Nunes is the equivalent of Andre Onana, I can't think of a worse insult. Big B says hi. How you doing, Big B? Is that Haaland in your picture? I can't see. But yeah, at least Haaland got a goal today. Proper striker's instinct type of goal, if you know what I mean. Pixel says he put Saliba on the bench, so the injury is on him. Well, if Arsenal lose, then I will send them your way as the individual to blame. Edit says, sorry for misspelling, that's alright. RG's prediction is 4-1 Liverpool win. I'd take that. Fish asks, how good was... Ben Woodburn was hyped up to be amazing, didn't quite live up to it. Danny Ward didn't really give a chance, but I don't think he's gone on too much since. Javi Manquillo was decent, but right back. But I don't know if he just looked decent in a poor team, if that makes sense. Ings was constantly injured for Liverpool. He had his best season the season after he left Liverpool. I can't remember if it was Villa or West Ham or one of those, but it was actually the season after he left where I felt like he had his best season. Jenny says first half was class, but 60 minutes they bring 4 players on and they were the well better team after that. Fair enough. It looks like they made some subs that actually made a difference. Which is a novel concept. I do like Liverpool's current manager. The only problem is sometimes his subs just make things worse. So we might need to check with Brighton regarding how to do that properly. Man United should have kept Romero and De Gea, says Fish. Apparently they're in for Emi Martinez. That was the rumour today. Jenny says the only one who played well was James Trafford. Oh wow, as in the goalkeeper. That's never a positive sign if kind of the best player is the goalkeeper. Ooh, nice turn by Wirtz. And then McAllister fluffs it up. Edit says, bro, Liverpool don't need Isak, save money. It is a lot of money, to be fair. If Liverpool were to save it, what would you spend it on instead? That is the question. Or would you just save it indefinitely? RG245 is having McDonald's. Nice. I've not had McDonald's in ages. And also, what are you having specifically? What's your go-to McDonald's order? Pixel went Taco Bell. I'll be honest, when I went to New York, Taco Bell was one of the places I tried. Like I had a list of all these places to try, and I tried like Taco Bell, I tried Chipotle, I tried what's that? A couple of others. And I have to say, Taco Bell was absolutely disgusting. How do you eat that? How do you eat that stuff? I think I had chicken fajita and some nachos. There was some like weird like spice in it, and I was like, I cannot eat this. And the thing is, there was like somebody next to me, and like she was loving it, and I thought, okay, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just me. But yeah, because everyone, like I sat it and I ate it in the shop, the one in Times Square, the one by Madison Square Garden. Actually, I was sitting there eating it, and I was just looking around, and everyone was loving it, and I thought, okay, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just me. And then I ended up going to Chipotle the next day, and I was like, okay, this is more my thing. Chipotle was good. £5 meal deal, very nice. It was a good save. It was a good save by Alison. I was hoping me talking about food would take the sting out of it, which it did do. Edits, would you use the money to buy a replacement for Salah, Van Dijk? To be honest, they're getting old. My kind of theory is that Isak is the Salah replacement. Like I know he's not going to play on the right hand side, but in terms of kind of making up the goals, and taking the penalties, my theory was that Isak is the replacement. But of course, they still do need some sort of right winger. Pixel says, "Lol, I don't get any of the meat stuff. I don't trust them." Yeah, I got chicken and I got beef, just like because I wanted to try them both, and I was like, nah. The thing is, right, if it did not have that weird spice in it, it would have been fine. Oh yeah, and the cheese on the nachos was like cinema cheese, and I was like, nah, I can't be doing this. I mean, I'm glad I tried it. But then the next day I went to Chipotle, and I was like, yeah, this is more my street. Durwood's having Taco Bell now. Americans grow up on that. Yeah, everybody was loving it. I was just looking around, like just in case it was me, and like everybody was loving it. And also they were getting like loads of like Deliveroo orders because they were packing them up and then people can collect them. And I was like, is it just me that doesn't like this? I think it might be. Pixel's been to that one often. Nice. It was conveniently located, I must admit. Yeah, there's lots of restaurants down there. Like when I went, like I had a list of like all these like American restaurants I wanted to try. I'll be honest, Taco Bell was the worst. But Chipotle for Mexican food was very good. I went to some like chicken place, I forget. You know where the 9/11 memorial is, around there. And I just got a burger. And then I opened my bag and there was a burger in there and there were fries in there. And I was like, okay, lucky me. Must be my lucky day. Pixel wants a burrito from Taco Bell. It can't be a meat burrito though. Maybe the veg ones are a bit better. Edit say, can you say bottle of water? You're British, right? There you go. Bottle of water. That's how I'd say it. Like I'd say like a bottle of water. I wouldn't say water. I wouldn't like put it, it's like I miss out the T in the middle. I say bottle of water. Dawood says it's not good, it's just food that keeps you regular. Understandable. What I would say, like, what surprised me is that it's not expensive. Like you can get a lot of food, and I didn't even pay that much for it. And I was like, wow, okay, fair enough. I can see the value from a volume perspective. Jenny says this player has got to be the worst player in the Premier League, Mateus Nunes. No one said this, but please talk about it. To be honest with Nunes, I know quite a few Man City fans don't really like him. I guess the question for today is, was he playing right back or was he playing centre midfield? Because a lot of his poor performances I've seen, are at right back. Crossed by Declan Rice, cleared. So I guess that's what I want to know. Today, was he playing central midfield or was he playing right back? At Wolves, he was very good. So it could just be a system thing. Jenny's not happy though. Jenny's fuming at him. I think Jenny fumes as soon as she sees the squad and Nunes is in there. Edit says they blame Britain people for no reason on that. Yeah, bottle of water. Fish says, how good was Barini? Fabio Barini, not great to be honest. I mean, he sounds like he should be amazing, you know, like Fabio Barini. But he was completely pointless. Didn't do anything. I swear he was like... I think he might have been on corners for a bit as well, but yeah, not particularly good. Yes, yeah. That did surprise me about Taco Bell. Like everything costs like half the price of like the other places. So I guess if you got a lot of people, it makes sense from that perspective. Woodlamb says, be honest, who's playing better? To be honest, kind of even. Arsenal are slowing the game down a lot. So if I had to pick somebody, I'd maybe pick Arsenal. But there's not a lot in it at the moment. Gravenberch just gets booked for bringing in Calafiori. Jenny says, Cody Gakpo signs a Liverpool contract. What do you think of this? Yeah, it makes sense. He's a good player. He has a tendency to get kind of quite a few goals here and there. And I think we maybe signed him maybe like 3 years ago. So I guess the concern is if we don't give him a new contract now, he'll leave on a free. Declan Rice just kicks his free kick into the moon. So it makes sense to kind of give him a new contract because it kind of protects his value. And perhaps it gives him a bit of kind of added motivation and a bit of added confidence because it says, look, the club have faith in you. The club are willing to give you a pay rise. So yeah, hopefully he shows that on the pitch. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I don't know what the wage is. I guess that would be the question I'd have. What is he getting paid? But in general, I'd say I'm pretty happy with it. Edit's prediction is 2-2. Yeah, I can see a draw. I can see a draw happening. Maybe 1-1 because right now neither team looks like they're gonna score. Zaim says, do you think there'll be any transfer business in the next 24 hours? I do. I think the Isak deal will get done. Because it seems like pretty much every piece has fallen into order apart from that one. Like Liverpool have got the money, Newcastle have got a replacement. Isak's not playing. It's like I think you might hear about it today. Because I think if we heard about it yesterday, it might have been a distraction with respect to this game, if that makes sense. All the pre-match questions would have been about Isak. So yeah, I think it will get done. Guess the football player, he plays Man United. He was terrible versus Grimsby. That's got to be Onana. Fish says Nicholas Sula to Everton. Here we go. Is he at Dortmund or is he somewhere else? Liverpool are playing so much better than last week, says Delwood. That is a positive. I think Wirtz in particular has had quite a few kind of nice touches. Has kind of definitely has that ability to kind of get past the player, and he has that ability to get past the player not with physicality but with intelligence. It kind of reminds me a bit of Thiago. You know how he just kind of get past the player, but not by breezing past them, by just using his brain and that kind of thing. So he's definitely looking good there. We got Gakpo in 2023, was it? So was it 2023? Wow, okay. It was January 2023. Do you know how long I guess it doesn't really matter, but I presume he would have signed maybe like a 4 or 5 year deal then. So makes sense to give him a new contract, protect his value. Edith thought Rice was going to recreate the free kick. Was it against your team? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. That was a crazy game where he scored 2 amazing free kicks. But yeah, thankfully he hit the moon instead. Jenny says, Jack Grealish with 2 assists for Everton. Say no more. And Clown, what was I talking about? Right back, get out of Manchester. Yeah, Grealish has had a very good start for Everton, to be fair. To be fair, I think Pixel also called it, saying that he was going to have a good start. Let's see how long he continues this for, but there's not much more he can do at the moment. And if he continues on this trajectory, he might get his national team back. VAR national team place back. Sorry, VAR in the Chelsea game was a disgrace. Says Jenny. Was that the one yesterday? Yeah, the Fulham one. Ooh, poor pass by Raya. Van Dijk. That was annoying. It was a poor pass by Raya, and like Van Dijk was through. I don't know why Van Dijk was so high up the pitch. Van Dijk was through. Van Dijk's in the number 10 position. He should have just taken a shot, but he tried to pass it sideways to Salah. Oh, that's annoying. Van Dijk was literally in the box, but instead of taking a shot, he passed it sideways. Edit says Garnacho deal done at Chelsea. I mean, what is Chelsea's game really? It just seems to be if you're under a certain age, they'll sign you and they'll figure out how that's going to work later. Personally, I think Garnacho does have talent, but if his attitude is as bad as people say, I wouldn't want him in my team. Taste the Testers says, how's it, man? Good, all good. Had a good weekend. Not much to complain about. How's things with you? How are things in South Africa? I hope they're well. I hope they're good. What do you think of Arsenal's performance? So Taste the Testers is an Arsenal fan. I'd say this has been a pretty even game. Maybe give it to Arsenal slightly, but I think Liverpool have been coming back into it in the last few minutes. Yeah, having McAllister back does help. Yeah, he is the difference maker. I like how he kind of links the defense and the attack. You were telling me all your family members yesterday, Fish. Nubin, was that your mom's name, Nubin? And then Tupac is your dad, apparently. I've remembered 2. That's a positive. Yes, super annoying, wasn't it? As kind of Zaim is saying there, why didn't Van Dijk shoot? Probably got a nosebleed being so high. Yeah, he looked a bit like a fish out of water, and not this fish in the chat, but he looked a bit like, oh god, I'm not normally in this position. What do I do? I better pass it. It's a bit annoying. It's a bit annoying that he didn't take a shot there. It all kind of happened so fast, didn't it? But it feels like Van Dijk was in the was kind of in the number 10 position, and then broke through into the box, and then instead of passing it, he just kicked it sideways. The thing is with Van Dijk, he's got quite a good shot on him. Like he used to take free kicks at Celtic, so I'm surprised he didn't just try and whack it. Especially kind of given that penalty he took against Kepa into the top right hand corner. I mean, it's done now, but yeah, we wish he would have taken a shot. Fish says make Tangulu. I don't know what that means, Fish. Chelsea will turn around in a year and say, sell him to Arsenal for a profit, possibly. Taste the Testers is good. He's at work now, taking a 10-minute break to see what's happening on YouTube, and came across your stream. Nice. I hope work's not going too bad. Hope you have a good day at work. But yeah, the usual really. Talking about football for 5 minutes and food for 30 minutes. So pretty much the usual. FCSB Fan TV says hi. How you doing? How's your weekend going? Like Sunday matches are nice and all, but I just feel like we wait the entire weekend for the game. And then when the game is done, then you don't have a weekend left. Mr. Default says 0-0 full time is my prediction. You might be accurate with that at this point. RG255 is Fish's friend. FCSB also might be Fish. There's a possibility. It's the big brother of Fish. Sunday league match in an hour. Can't wait. Who's playing? C says not watching because I'm heading out, but tell me what's been happening and if we've been good. We've been okay. Nothing major has happened, if I'm honest with you. So if you go out, I don't think you'll miss anything. So it's probably a good day to go out. It's Arsenal defending quite deep, and kind of trying to hit Liverpool on the counter. It's Liverpool trying to kind of intercept Arsenal's deep passing and then try and score that way. Yeah, trust me, you won't miss anything. 'Cause it's honestly best to go out. Nothing much has happened. Taste the Testers is finishing in 2 hours. Calafiori is complaining about a handball, but I don't think it's going to be given. It's finishing up in 2 hours. Been a long day. Been at work early. Damn, early since 6:30. Well, the positive is most of it is out the way. Fingers crossed they give you a day off soon. But yeah, you're mostly done. That's a positive. Marito Barena says best CDM of the league. That'd be Rodri for me. I think Rodri is amazing. The injury he got was unfortunate, but he's back now. So yeah, it'd be Rodri for me. How about for you? There's another game after this, says Derwood. Who's playing after this? I thought this was the last one. Is it Premier League or is it a different tournament? Jonathan is here. How are you, Jonathan? I know you feel sad when Victor Flix is here because you don't have any. I wasn't feeling sad, but now that I think about it, maybe slightly. So you've given me a sadness and an insecurity that I didn't previously have. FCSB is Fish's sister. Okay. See, this is why I find it so hard to remember your family names, because they don't have real names. They have channel names. That's what makes it harder. Good link up between Kirkes and Wirtz. Kirkes cross was trash. Intercepted by McAllister. Palace and Villa are playing. Okay. What time's the kickoff for that? Let's have a quick look. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock on a Sunday. What a weird time for a kickoff. 7 o'clock on a Sunday. I mean, don't these football organisers know that we've got like laundry to do and chores and all that? Have you ever seen a 7 o'clock UK time kickoff on a Sunday before? I don't recall. Johnny says most of the views are fish. a good proportion are fish. I do think he takes it in turns though, so I do think it's one at a time. Oh, this first half has got 0-0 written all over it. Ekitike showing his strength there. Yeah, Ekitike wins the ball off, what's his name? Zubamendi. Good turn by Gravenberch. I keep thinking, who's that right back? Well, obviously it's a Bosley, but it takes you a second. It takes you a second to kind of remember. Liverpool 2 shots, Arsenal 6. Liverpool 51% possession. Arsenal 49%. Ekitike falls over. Johnny got a job yesterday. Nice. What job did you get? Also, congratulations. Is it your first job, or have you had a job before that? Ekitike, just a bit too much, on the pass. Jenny says Spurs have checked on the status of Man City's Manuel Akanji. I'm surprised Akanji is available. I think we were talking about this yesterday, but I always thought like Akanji was really good. I'm surprised he's available for sale. Spurs spending quite a lot of money. They got Xavi Simons the other day, and if they get Akanji as well, they've spent money, but also the players they've bought I think are quite good. Half time for Jenny. Jenny is from the future. Mine's got 1 minute of injury time, but I presume nothing will happen. People are going back inside the stadium, so even people in the ground know nothing will happen. They're going back inside to get some drinks and some food. Fish with yet another account says that he hates fish. That is unfortunate. VAR in the Chelsea game was a disgrace. Yeah, you mentioned that one. I need to see it back. I'll be honest. I haven't watched it back, but like a lot of people were quite disappointed with what happened, and I think to the extent where I think the VAR was supposed to have a part in today's Liverpool Arsenal game, but they've taken that VAR off this game. But this is the annoying thing. Like these refs, they make terrible mistakes, and they have like a significant impact on how the league will go because of their mistakes. And then the quote unquote punishment that they get is they just get taken off one game. And then a week later, they just hope, okay, everyone's gonna have forgotten about that now, and then they bring the referee back. It's just it's just proper annoying. It doesn't solve any problem. Referee makes a mistake, they'll take him off for one game, but a week later he'll be back. It's just the same pattern over and over again. And these are like the same people that they're trying to give more responsibility to. So they're trying to add even more rules on top of it. They're trying to give them even more rules to look after, and I'm like, they can't even kind of do the basics, kind of thing. So yeah, it is annoying. Johnny says, when the same thing happened to us so many times, nobody said anything. Oh, is this in the game yesterday, Johnny? Were there also kind of poor decisions from a Chelsea perspective? I will teach 47 kids chess. Nice. Is that kids aged 47, or are you saying as in that's the size of the group? But that's pretty good because you do enjoy chess, and there's no better job than doing something that you enjoy. So yeah, congrats on that. Giovanni Leone says, shocking half, boring half. It was boring. So somebody was here earlier saying, I'm just about to go out. Can you tell me what's happening? Because I don't want to miss anything. And I was like, mate, just go out. Because you haven't missed anything so far, and I don't think you're going to miss anything later. It's better to spend your time going out. But yeah, nothing much has happened other than that time where kind of other than that time where Van Dijk kind of got into the box and for some reason decided to pass it sideways instead of taking a shot. That was pretty much the only thing I can remember from that first half. But yeah, it has been pretty bad. Fish's 10th account says Cezia, which is quite interesting. Johnny says, no, the amount of kids, I will get £40. Nice. So you're going to be teaching chess. Enjoy, man. As I was saying, there's no better job than doing what you enjoy. Have you decided how you're going to spend the £40? Or you're going to save it? That is the question. Sigma Boy is saying that she is Fish's girlfriend. That's good to know. I mean, Fish hasn't mentioned you before, and I suspect you might just be Fish's alternate account. But I'm willing to go with what you say. I can't lie, they're showing adverts, and like these adverts are a bit more interesting than what we've been watching for 45 minutes. There's an advert of a flying dog, and that's how I was like, you know what, it's not just any old dog, it can fly, and that's slightly more interesting than watching Arsenal pass it around the back of their own half for 45 minutes. Ali says, how do you see this game? We can't progress the ball into Arsenal's half for F's sake. I think, I think you're right. It's twofold. So I think Arsenal are being very pragmatic and are being very cautious. So Arsenal do have a lot of players kind of behind the ball. There's a lot of kind of backwards passing, sideways passing. There is a tendency for kind of Arsenal to, and again, I'm not blaming them, because if that's what they're doing, we have to do something about it. But there is a tendency for Arsenal just to kind of pass it around the back, get it to the halfway line, and then when they get it to the halfway line, they pass it back again. So we haven't really had too much of the ball, but But when we have had the ball, I don't think we've done enough with it, as you're saying. It's almost as if, to a certain degree, when we get the ball, we're just shocked and we're just confused. It's like, oh my god, I've got this thing. Oh my god, I've got this thing. What do I do with it? I need to throw it away, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm hoping the halftime team talk can resolve this. Very, very slow, very lethargic. I mean, they should have known that this is what Arsenal were going to do. And I think that especially should have been obvious when the lineup came out. So you had Arsenal lineup of 4 defenders and 3 defensive midfielders. So we should have known that this is what they were going to do. But all's not lost. It was very boring. But it is still 0-0. if that's a positive. Why isn't Leone playing? He's not even on the bench apparently, which is a bit peculiar. Johnny says, it's not my first job. I used to work at a cafe. I will blow through that money, but can you give me some advice? So this is your salary from your upcoming job. I would say, I mean, it depends, right? I would say don't spend it for the sake of it. But equally, if there's something that you really want, then just get it. I mean, it depends. It depends. I'm gonna need more context. But and also, if you can, try and save a bit for emergencies. So maybe spend half of it, save half of it, kind of thing. Because next week there might be something else that you want to buy. So that's what I would do. Liverpool Prophet says, we've been awful. Indeed we have. Ali says, yes, our players are either uber excited or completely carefree. We need to perhaps stop dealing in extremes and find some sort of middle ground where we're partially excited and partially carefree. To the point where we do something about it. Right now, our players are either like a very old dog, which means they're completely out of energy, or they're like a chihuahua. We need to find some sort of middle ground. John Mitch says, hello, how are you? I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I've had a nice weekend and I had an ice cream before the game. And let's be honest, life doesn't get much better than that. But how's things with you? Hope you're good, John. Hope you're well. Fish's dad says hi. Simon says, Arsenal giving out dirty challenges, but as soon as someone touches them, they go flying. Yeah, it's unfortunately it's a tactic, and unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be out of the game until referees start punishing it. Like for me, referees, if a referee thinks a player has dived, they need to give a yellow card. Otherwise, this is not going to disappear from the game. Jenny says, do you ever buy meal deal? That's a good question. Sometimes when I have to. The next question might be, what is your meal deal? I tend to go for tuna and then crisps to take away the taste of tuna. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's just the way that I roll. Nothing I do makes sense. So it's tuna sandwich and then crisps to take away the taste of tuna. And then whatever drink. Hopefully something that's not fizzy. Can I get a ride home from work? Possibly. You've not told me where you work. Jenny says, do you think Liverpool going to get a centre back before the window shuts? I hope so. I think Isak is more likely. There was a rumour we were going to get Mr. Mark from Crystal Palace yesterday. And that's the latest rumour. But if I had to bet on one, I'd say maybe just Isak. Just give Arsenal 10 corners, says Johnny. I wouldn't, because then there'll be 5 goals. HG says Wirtz has to give us fans something to look at, and think, yeah, he's good. He's giving nothing right now. I thought he was decent the first half. I thought he was decent. What is frustrating me to a certain degree is he's doing the hard bits quite well. Like, he's beating players. He's very good on the turn. He's very good at finding space. But then when he passes it, when he kicks the ball, he'll always pass it. Like, the pass is always too short or too long. You know what I mean? So it's that he's doing the hard bit. He's making the space. And then the easy bit, which is just kick it in that direction, he seems to be kind of fluffing up a bit. Johnny says, who eats tuna? Tuna is amazing. Tuna is good. It's high in protein. It's low in fat. It's got minerals in it. So in answer to who eats tuna, that's me. And to be fair, you might have a point, because like whenever I do get a sandwich, there's always loads of tuna sandwiches left. It's the other sandwiches that kind of get taken off the shelves first. Top 3 players for us so far. It'd be tough. It'd be tough to give it 3 if I'm honest with you. Alisson made a decent save, and maybe I'd put Alisson in there. To be honest, I probably would put Wirtz in there, but that's because literally everybody else hasn't done anything. At least Wirtz has beat a few players, and I'm not sure I could give a third, to be honest. Jenny says, is Fish the same person as Tupac? Yes, officially yes, but he claims that they're different people. A Liverpool goal says that guy who said we can't make it into Arsenal's half is clearly not watching the match. We have 16 final third entries and Arsenal have 15. Rather than just say a load of nothing, watch the match. Yeah, it's been a tight game. It's been a close game. It is a bit frustrating with respect to kind of Arsenal just kind of passing it around the back constantly. I feel like Arsenal are playing it very safe and waiting for Liverpool to make a mistake, but equally Liverpool are waiting for them to make a mistake with respect to their playing. I'm hoping the second half will open up to a certain degree. Recommend this game called Metal. It's fun. I might check that out. What kind of game is it? Insipid lightweight football. Ooh, Rio Ngamoa is warming up. Liverpool Gold says, this is why I usually stay offline during matches. People just talk a load of poo. Yeah. Have some sympathy for me. I'm try to find a middle ground. It makes things quite difficult. I have to sometimes say, yes, I think that's a valid point. Whereas in reality, I'm thinking that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. So many stuff sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Johnny says, how do you feel about 66 COME to Liverpool in the Champions League? I'm looking forward to it, but to be honest, I don't think he'll come back. I think he'll fake an injury. I think Carvajal will play right back that game. 66 will be injured. If 66 is not injured, then Camavinga will probably play. Yeah, there's a bit of a lack of pace. I was going to say lack of urgency as well, to a certain degree. It reminds me a bit of the Newcastle game, where it felt like kind of Liverpool were trying to tire the other team out, and then in the second half they turn it on. And I'm not saying that's an amazing tactic, because it is a risk. Like if you're a boxer, you just wait. You to a certain degree, you're letting the other boxer take a lot of punches, and they might miss, they might get tired, but they might connect. Eberiche Eze sub, is he coming on the second half? Johnny says, did you see both Zhao's hat trick? I did not. Jao Felix and Jao Neves. No, I've not seen that. Was that today or is that a different day? Liverpool goals, is that enough? Horror game. Check it out. Google it. Is this your game Metal? Is it PC or is it for something else? At least Slot came out on time, says Durwood. Very true. Part of me wishes he had come out late because when he comes out late, we tend to score. McAllister's taking this what's its face. How am I forgetting what the word for kickoff is? I'm saying he's taking a what's its face. Let's go. Is it internationals next week? Because that's no fun. Monday, there's absolutely nothing on. Tuesday, absolutely nothing on. Wednesday, absolutely nothing on. Thursday, Netherlands are playing. So it might have to be Thursday. But yeah, Liverpool attacking the cop end now. Or going left to right on the screen. England Saturday and Tuesday, says Jenny. That's pretty long international. How many breaks? Oh, it must be 2 games, right? 2 games in the international break. I was going to say how many breaks are there, but no, there's 2 games. It's a unique situation. There's absolutely no Liverpool players in the England squad. I guess the only possibility these days would be Curtis Jones, but he's not he didn't make it. There's no Eze, yeah, as far as I can see. It's the same team. It's Gyökeres, Martinelli, and Madueke up front. Here's Gakpo. Come on, Cody, do something. Don't pass it backwards. It's on Steam. Okay, I can try checking that one out. Is Spaghetti Mafia playing? Says Johnny. He's not. Well, not yet, but he's on the bench, so you might see him later. Again, Verts kicking the ball too hard. You do the hard bit and then you just kick the ball too hard. But a positive start in the 3 minutes that we've had. They need to sort that Anfield turf out as well. It's got proper holes in it. It's not good. Okay. Good pass by Verts there. Verts to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai to Salah. Salah to Ekitike. Corner. Johnny says, can we play Smash or Pass? We can, provided I am Smash and I am not Pass. Fish says check Metal. Okay, this is your game. I'll have a look. METEL. Horror Escape. A first person. Is this the game that you're recommending, Fish? Called Metal. It's an early access game. But to be fair, it's only £2.49. It says, and it says the last update was made by the developer 2 years ago. So are they actually maintaining this game, or did they build something a while back which they've not deployed any fixes for since? Come on, Gravenberch to Kirkers. I swear Kirkers kicked that out, but it's not been given. Smash or pass Dua Lipa. I mean, she's pretty, but like, I've never. Maybe I'm too old, but I've never really thought about her in that way. Jenny says, "Fish is two back. What you think?" I'm 100% sure that Fish is two back. Like, I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I am 100% confident. Kanate versus Gyökeres. Kanate defends it. Yeah, Liverpool are pressing a lot higher now. I mean, that's positive. I don't know if they got a good telling off in the dressing room, but it looks like they might have. Vert steals the ball. That was good. Then passes it to Salah. The problem with, to a certain degree, with Vert is I feel like if he doesn't beat 100 players and score from 50 yards, people will complain. But that was good. Gravenberch with a shot. Gravenberch with a long shot. He got a bit excited. I appreciate he scored a nice goal a couple of days back, but shouldn't have taken a shot there. Fish says, "Smash or pass me." Whatever you want will be the answer. Rhea Ripley. I'm not. That name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure who that is. Tom says Ric Flair has been ripped out of the game. Probably not Ric Flair, to be fair. It's been slow. I mean, the second half's been okay. Second half's been a bit more interesting. But I can't lie, the first half was one of the most boring things I've seen in a while. But to be fair, like the second half's I've seen a bit more urgency. It'd be nice if Salah didn't keep losing the ball. Johnny says, "A fish for me, smash." Well, I'm sure Fish will be very happy with that. Ooh, Kanate. What's Kanate doing over there? Why is Kanate in the number 10 position? Because that's a concern, because then when he loses the ball, as he's done there, now he's got to run back. Arsenal countering. Madueke. So Bosley's on the floor, which is fantastic. That might be a corner. I have absolutely no idea who that is. Is she the one that's like 10 years older than him or something like that? Corner to Arsenal, which is always a tad concerning. they'll put things on the screen like powered by Copilot, but it's like how is Copilot powering this? They're literally just statistics. Then it's not, it's not doing anything fancy with the statistics. Zaim says Kirkes keeps conceding corners, worried against set piece FC. Yeah, it does cause a bit of anxiety, especially given the opposition, as you've mentioned. To a certain degree, I'm more concerned when they have a corner than when they have like a clear shot. So yeah, let's hope they can limit the number of corners going forward. I would have hoped they would have discussed this extensively in the build-up to say, you know what, they're quite dangerous from corners, so do your best not to give those away. Johnny says, smash or pass me. Again, whatever you prefer is the correct answer. Fish says, is giving me an equation to do. 35, is that 35? 44 divided by 11 is 4. Minus 4 add 23 is 19. Add 16, 35, I think. Jones is getting ready to come on. Nice. Who do you think he's going to come on for? Possibly for McAllister. Or I hope he doesn't bring him on for Wirtz, because that would be annoying as hell. Hopefully for McAllister, it's good to kind of have McAllister. It's good to have McAllister back in the team. James Vick says, as an American and hockey fan, I understand that the concept of offside. Would you please explain the concept of offside in football? It's a bit of a complicated one, because there are kind of exceptions to the rule kind of thing. But generally speaking, a player, the classed as offside if another player plays the ball, and you're in an opponent's half, but the player that you're playing the ball to is ahead of the last defender of the opposition team. That's generally how it works. But if that's kind of a bit complicated, I appreciate that's probably a bit of a rubbish example. A way to kind of simplify it and think about it is if if the opposing striker is ahead of your defender and they get the ball played to them. So that's quite often why defenders will kind of push up kind of thing. Because when the defensive line kind of pushes up, it then automatically means that the last striker is ahead of the line. So therefore, if the ball gets played to that last striker, he'll be offside. And a free kick will get awarded. Zayn would take Wirtz off for Bradley and puts a Bosley into midfield. That's an option. That's an option. To be honest with you, though, I think Wirtz is having a decent game. I think Wirtz is having a decent game. Maybe give him like another 10 minutes. Durwood mentioned that Jones was coming on. I'm curious to kind of see who it would be. Jenny says, smash or pass for Margaret Thatcher. If you say smash, you get a Liverpool season ticket. I mean, to be honest, I would have said smash without the need for a season ticket. But since you're offering a ticket. Fish says, give me bags of money. Well, if I find some, I'll let you know. Jenny said that rule applies to everyone apart from certain teams who get favourable calls. James says thank you. No problem, James. Happy to help and try to give an explanation the best I could, but I appreciate it was a bit messy. Taster Testers forgot I was online. That's alright. Don't worry. It's all good. Hope work is going okay. Johnny would bring on Chiesa. Jenny says go Liverpool, no goal offside. I'm always surprised how Jenny knows things before they happen. It's like Jenny's literally live in the ground. I'm seeing McAllister. Who was offside there? Who was offside? I hope that goes to VAR. Fish says, buy me 122 iPhones. You were talking about this yesterday, but what precisely are you going to do with 122 iPhones? That's a lot of charging. Have you got 122 plug sockets? So it's McAllister to Wirtz. Yeah, Gakpo was offside. I think he'll come on for McAllister first game back. Makes sense. But again, Wirtz was important in that goal that got disallowed. I can see the value that he's adding. Taster Tester says, I'm off now, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Come on, Liverpool. I appreciate that, Taster Testers. That's very kind of you as an Arsenal fan. But yeah, take care. Hope you have a good evening. I hope work goes okay. You were right. Jones has come on for McAllister. Jenny says, never go to that ground if you pay me. Which ground specifically? Anfield or Old Trafford or another one? Johnny with a few emotes. I don't know what that last... Oh, it's. I was going to say, I don't know what that last one is, but it's someone doing the shush. I think from now on, I'm just going to pretend I don't know who these people are. even though I do know who that is. Maduwe. Corner. Fish wants, how many iPhones is that? Is that a million or is that 10 million? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 zeros. You want 10 million iPhones. Again, the concept seems interesting, but what are you going to do when you need to charge them? And I'm not sure, are you also going to have 10 million phone contracts or do I have to pay for that as well? Fish says, give me your hair. There's absolutely nothing to give. Johnny's top 10 players, 1 is himself, 2 is me, 3 is himself, and 4 is me. Well, I'm glad to be in the top 5 of this top 10. Corner. Let's see if they can do anything with this. Cleared by Kanate, and then is that Madueke who kicks it into the sky? Not particularly well done. Fish says, I have to pay. Of course I have to pay. Smash or pass Ino from Naruto. I don't know who that is. I know who Naruto is. That's like an anime. I don't know who Ino is. Is that the one with the black hair? Giovanni Van Bronckhorst on the bench there. Johnny knows all my girlfriends. Interesting. Martinez not in the Villa squad. Interesting. What do you think of that? There was a rumor today that kind of came out that he might be on his way to United. I mean, if he's not in the squad, then that's that looks like a serious indication that rumor might be correct. I mean, Martinez is a very good goalkeeper. The only concern is I think he's on quite a lot of money and he's 32. But it is what it is, I guess. I mean, if they can get him on a respectable wage, I think he's on 160. I mean, if they can get him on around the 200 mark, I guess you might as well do it. Maybe go slightly higher. So Bosley to Jones. Pass it to Wirtz. Oh, he passes it to Gakpo, of course, because he's brainless. Gakpo with a shot saved. He really should have passed that to Wirtz. I think Wirtz is having a good game. Wirtz to Salah. Oh, God. Like, Wirtz is he's playing well. He passed that to Salah, but then Salah's control was terrible. Van Dijk's on the floor. I hope it's not another Saliba moment. I think Gyökeres might have... Yeah, Gyökeres kind of clattered into him, but to be fair, I don't think there was anything malicious in that. I think it's just a coming together. They were both going for the ball. Van Dijk to Jones. And we pass it back to the goalkeeper. Fantastic. Amy says, bro, are your eyes okay? That's a good question. I had a shower before the stream, and whenever I have a shower, my eyes always go proper red. So yeah, they will be okay soon. They will be okay soon. But yeah, how's things with you? Hope you're good. Jones wins the ball. Oh, God. Jenny wants to know what Amy's team is. Jay says boring game. Jay would be 100% correct. I'm reconsidering my life choices for this afternoon. Because this has been boring as hell. I can't lie. Salah kind of weaving, but loses the ball. Why doesn't Alisson pass to Salah like they used to? Good question. I would... do you reckon because it's maybe Salah's not as fast as he was previously, or am I perhaps looking a bit too deep for conclusions there? It could be that. It could also be that Arsenal are quite deep, so even if he kind of booted it up to Salah, there isn't really much space for him to get in behind. Jenny says, you're going to watch Everton next time, mate. To be fair, Everton are looking quite exciting at the moment. they're definitely more exciting than what we're watching right now, so I might have to give it serious consideration at this point. Yeah, it is. How good was Ryan Babel? He was hyped up to be amazing. I was super excited for him. He didn't really deliver. I think part of the reason is he always got played on the left, whereas at his previous club he was more central. But yeah, he's someone that didn't really live up to the hype. Zaim says it's opening now. It's opening up now in the last 5 minutes. For me, it's not boring. Yeah, it's gotten a lot better. It's certainly gotten a lot better. I think Arsenal have tired to a certain degree, which is probably why they're trying to inject a bit of energy into the team now. So they're bringing on Odegaard, they're bringing on Eze, so they are going a bit more attacking now. So the last 20 minutes are going to be a bit more involved. Marino's coming off, Martinelli's coming off. Zaim saying Rio Ngamoa. I can't see him at the moment. I think he's still on the bench. Yeah, Eze's coming on as Jenny has said, and Odegaard also. Hope he score. I hope he does not score. I guess this is his debut, isn't it? I guess this is his debut. He's the basketball player coming on. We need Endo and Rio. Yeah, Rio in particular. We need his kind of positivity and his tendency to just have no fear and just kind of go forward at all costs. Because we have been a bit negative. What's wrong with that? This rubbish referee just blew the whistle for no reason. But yeah, what I like about Rio is he's a bit too young to have any fear, which is probably a positive in this context because he'll just go for it. Edit says, bro, how was that not a goal? I know it's offside, but Liverpool should have scored it. Yeah, I think I was a bit annoyed when I first saw it, but I think unfortunately Gakpo was just off. It's just one of those things. Unfortunately, I think even if Gakpo was back a bit, like he probably still would have got into the position and Liverpool could have scored. It's just unfortunate, I guess. Corner to Liverpool. Not a bad corner, but cleared. Search Ino from Naruto. Is this the person that you were on about? Oh no, this is somebody else. I don't know who this is. She looks like Android 18. It's like Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z. What is the powerhouse of a cell? No idea. That's why you wanted me to search. Makes sense. Caicedo needs a haircut, says Fish. Has he got hair? Doesn't he generally have like very short hair anyway? Van Dijk doing everything, and I think he's saying attack, defending, midfield. He's been everywhere. He broke into the Arsenal box in the first half, and he should have really taken a shot. I think as Zaim was saying the same thing earlier, Van Dijk should have taken a shot. So Van Dijk is kind of everywhere, trying to do 3 jobs at once. Oh, good shot by Wirtz. That was going in, but defended because Arsenal have a wall in front of the goal. She is Johnny's crush. Is that Ino? Ino is your crush. That's good information. Are you also her crush? That is the important question here that we need to ask ourselves. Edit says Dominic Szoboszlai underrated, to be honest. Yeah, he's had a good game. He's shown his kind of versatility. He's one of those players that can put in like at least a 6 out of 10, but possibly a 7 out of 10 performance in multiple positions, and I think that kind of player is invaluable to have. It wouldn't surprise me if there was like some sort of injury crisis on the left hand side that they took Sabazlai on the left hand side as well. Johnny says, "Can you open your door? I'm at your door." You are not. Fish is crush is fish. That's good to know, man. Oh my god, can they just do something with it? Can you just do something with the ball? Yesterday's football match was so boring, I ended up streaming Call of Duty in the evening. Oh, good tackle by Wirtz. I mean, Wirtz is proving his worth here. I think he's had a good game. Jenny says, Kanate has had a class game for you. What you think about this? I think he's been good. He didn't have a great game versus Newcastle, but I think he's been a bit better today. So hopefully that's a positive sign of things to come. Theo says Chiesa on. Nice. Who is he on for? He's just coming on. He's just he's slicking his hair back on the touchline. I think he should probably come on for Salah if I'm honest, but let's see. Is he going to have the guts to take off Salah, or is he going to take off Gakpo? Yeah, that's me. Yesterday we were playing, it was me and Harry, we were playing Call of Duty, and Fish and Durwood were in the chat. It was pretty good. Jenny might have jinxed it. Kanate has gone down hurt. We need Rio's magic. Indeed we do. But it looks like we're going to have to deal with Chiesa's magic. This game is so bad. Why don't... Does that TV channel still exist? Does that actually still exist? It used to back in my day. Like, I've never gone that far up on the remote anymore. I don't know if that exists, to be fair. But there would be more action than what we're seeing. Theo says, I doubt he takes off Salah, but who knows, yeah. He should do, because I don't think Salah's had a good game. But I think Ekitike has been decent, and I think Gakpo's been decent. Salah's been poor. Johnny has to go. Take care, Johnny. Kanate off, says Jenny. So, you know, does that mean we're going to accelerate the Mark Gahey deal? Frimpong watching this. Frimpong doesn't look happy. I hope Chiesa doesn't have a serious injury. He's taken Ekitike off. Why is he taking Ekitike off? So I presume Chiesa is going to go central then. If Chiesa doesn't score in 5 minutes, Rio and Gamoa will be on, says Durwood. And I think you are correct. Actually, what I'm worried about, actually, to be honest, if this stays 0-0, I actually don't think Rio will come on. But I think if we go 1-0 down, then I think he might bring Rio on. That is probably what will happen, and that concerns me to a certain degree. Fish is tired. That's unfortunate for a weekend. Edit says Spaghetti Mafia is on. That is good to see. Again, good play by Wirtz. Wirtz frees up. Wirtz is having a good game. I genuinely think he's having a good game. Curtis Jones falls over because why not? Fish says good morning. It's not the morning, bro. It's not the morning. It's literally the evening. There's absolutely no chance I'm going to Google that. Because I don't know what that is. 10 minutes to go. Don't you think your Liverpool boss looks like Rob Cross, the dance player? I don't know who that is, but I'll have a look. Maybe, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I mean, it's not just the boldness. There is something. Maybe it's the eyebrows as well. Maybe it's the face. Maybe it's the face shape. To a certain degree, but I hear ya. Theo says Jones has been really good off the bench. Yeah, he's injected a bit of urgency, a bit of creativity into proceedings, which is a positive. Edit says, bro, I'm coming when the match ends. I'm watching it now. Sounds like a plan. People here are positive. Jenny, who is from the future, is saying there's been a goal. Fish is saying there's been a goal. JB is saying, what a free kick. As far as I can see, guys, I'm going to play dumb. All I can see is Sabazlai standing over a free kick. And Theo says, who scored Sabazlai? JV seems very happy about this. I am ignorant. I cannot see anything. All I can see is a Hungarian with very nice hair standing over the ball saying, hey, 66 is not here anymore. Let me show you what I can do. And I like his pink boots because that's what they're showing. He's telling them to get back. He's telling them to get back. The advertising hoardings say 4 million satisfied customers. I think there might be a few more after this. Ooh, that was nice. That was quality. That was good. I can't lie, that was nice. We've had to have years of 66 saying it's me free kick for him to just kick it into the wall. But now 66 is not here. We have an expert ready to do that. Derwood says, yes. Jenny says, oh my God, wow. If Jenny's happy, Jenny doesn't like Liverpool. So if Jenny's happy, it must be a good goal. Jenny's absolutely gutted. Jenny's gutted 4 times over. I mean, Liverpool deserve this because at least they're trying to attack, aren't they? It's right. It's right in the middle as well. If you see that, it's pretty much right on that line, pretty much. That middle line. Oh, that's a perfect free kick because it's right into the side net. hits the inside of the post and goes in. Oh, that is nice. That's a goal of the season contender, I think, at the very least. And again, like, I'm not normally like this, but this is Arsenal are getting what they deserve. You turn up with 7 defensive players. You have no intention to win the game. You get what you deserve. Like if Arsenal had started Eze and Arsenal had started Odegaard, I'd be like, okay, at least they're trying. Now let's try not to fluff this up. Fish says happy September. Yeah, for once that's vaguely accurate. It is September tomorrow. I'm going on holiday next month, which I'm looking forward to. Don't give Eze that space, but I presume nothing's happened because Jenny hasn't said anything. Yeah, that's generally how I go. Let's change the score then. I feel bad for that guy who I told to go out earlier. I was like, just go out, it's fine. Edits is liker than goal, says that's a W. Fish says, can I come with you? You can, but I might leave you there. Adam says Arsenal mediocre, so far this season. Yeah. And I think additionally in this game, they didn't really come to win it, to be honest with you. Like they came out very defensive, had 4 centre-backs, had 3 defensive midfielders. I appreciate the game is still going, but if they do lose this, for me they get what they deserve. Far too defensive. And it is something that we've kind of maintained for months and months. We've always said, look, Arsenal have got a lot of good players. Arsenal spend money, but nothing is going to change until they get rid of that manager. They're not going to win anything serious with Arteta because he's just far too scared. Sometimes you got to take risks. Does Fish ever talk about football? Sometimes he does. I also do like the thing is right. I do football streams and I do like gaming streams. And in the football streams, he never talks about football. But in the gaming streams, he always talks about football. So it's an interesting combination, I gotta say. Fish says he's gonna ding dong me. I hope not. Gubin, that's your mom you were telling me yesterday. And you commented on my video saying mommy. And then I replied saying matka. Jenny's gutted. If Jenny's gutted, I am happy. That's generally how it works. Allison's gone down. To be honest, I presume he's wasting time. The Liverpool goalkeeper kit, it's growing on me slightly. I like the black on the green. If it was white, maybe not so much, but it gives a nice contrast. Endo's coming on. $15, yeah, is that max down one or something like that? Fish says, hola, is that I'm a something, whatever a Pez is. Yeah, Endo's on as well. Hopefully to see out the game. Hopefully we don't have a significant amount of stoppage time. Because that would be frustrating. It would be hilarious that I've been worried about Arsenal set pieces the entire game. And then Liverpool score from a set piece. Diamond is going to dive. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it is these days. We were seeing it with Ahmad as well. They just kind of get into the box, get far enough, get into the box, cross the line, and as soon as you cross the line, just fall over. Because our referees in this country are not very good, they just get fooled time and again, unfortunately. Edit says, bro, I said Dominic will score now. Now what? I said it. Yeah, I mean, you are from the future. I might ask you for the lottery numbers very soon. But to be fair, you did call it. You had faith in him. Does Fish work? So people message about him on your channel. I think people just like Fish. Fish is a local celebrity around these parts. We got 7 minutes. Yeah, 7 minutes is a bit high. But let's see how it goes. Now that we've gone up, I don't think Rio will come on. Jenny says, are you doing Villa Crystal Palace? Unfortunately not. Does he work on your channel, Fish? Say true. I wish he did. He could do some of those thumbnails for me. Oh, that was a poor cross. Jurian Timber's gone down. Yes, waste more time. Why are you not doing Villa game? I just got stuff to do around the house, kind of thing. If I do the Villa game, then I won't wash my clothes, and then I also need to clean the kitchen. The kitchen's a mess. I've also got the bin to put outside. I've also got a couple of admin tasks on my list to do. It will just roll over into tomorrow then. Yeah, unfortunately not Doge. My limit is generally one a day. One a day is like about 2.5-3 hours. Then that's yeah. But yeah, there's just too much to do around the house. I've also got to cook. What am I gonna cook? That I completely forgot about that. I cooked steak for lunch, which was nice, I gotta say. I've really improved my steak cooking technique. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner, so that's another thing I need to do. I'm quite proud of myself. I haven't had takeaway in like a month. I'm quite proud of myself for that. Yeah, no worries, Doge. If I am, like, you'll generally see the thumbnails. Maybe a day before, or maybe sometimes the morning of. Come on, do a poll if you should do a Villa game. To be fair, I am curious, like, how do you create a poll? I'm just gonna try and create it, because I've never actually created one. I can see it. Okay. The thing is though, like, I won't be able to. But then the thing is, like, lots of people are gonna vote yes. That's what I'd be concerned about. I can see the option. I can create a poll. Can I like? I'm just pressing random buttons. Oh well, there's all these options. Community moderation, participants. I didn't even know about these. I didn't even know about these menu options. Jenny says, "Why Arsenal only start playing now? Injured? What a joke!" Yeah, only started playing now in injury time. It seems to be. It seems to be the way they operate. Very defensive, pretty much the entire game. But as soon as they actually need to score, then they start playing. Like if this was still 0-0, they wouldn't have started playing. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. Whew. Two minutes left. I am a bit behind. Jenny hasn't said there's been a goal, and Durwood also hasn't said there's been a goal. So that is a positive. Jenny says, "Do you know you get guests?" Yeah, as in guests. I could do in the future. I need to figure out how to do that, if that's what you meant. Yeah, I'll need to kind of figure out how to implement that. But as an idea, I think it's a good one. If it's something people are interested in, I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. 1 minute left, but it's a throw to Arsenal, but I presume nothing's happened. You doing poll then? I'll do it. The thing is, I do actually have to go after this, so that if people vote yes, then I'll feel bad. Chiesa, nothing's happened. Okay, Jenny's saying I have to do it. There's nothing in that. There's nothing in that for me. Jenny's gutted, which means good times await. I'm waiting for AFC Dave to appear to complain about Arteta. Delwood's also happy. My game's also going, but that means nothing's going to happen. So I can have a celebratory drink of H2O. As far as I can see, Raya is taking a goal kick. Edit says yes. The thing is, like for me, I don't feel any sort of sympathy for Arsenal because they came up. They came here trying to get a point. They had 4 defenders and three defensive midfielders. What do they expect? Final whistle. See, they come to play when they're playing a good team, not like last week. Yeah, who did they played somebody last week, didn't they? And they absolutely annihilated them. But we were saying, look at the quality of the opposition. Just people being reactionary does get a bit annoying. Because as soon as Arsenal win a game, like last week, they said, okay, Arsenal are going to win the league. And I was just ignoring so many comments because I was like, this is not indicative of anything. And now that they play Liverpool, they lose. It's like, what you... surprise, surprise. Now people are going to appear and say Liverpool are going to win the league. Jenny says that's a sign of champions. Play rubbish and still win, yeah. We're doing that a lot at the moment. Like playing rubbish. Played rubbish against Newcastle and won that. Newcastle last week. Played rubbish against... played rubbish against somebody else and also won that. Faith in Jesus says, so why no handball? I think it was just a bit too high. It was I'll need to see it back, but it looked like it was more kind of in the shoulder area. Edit says, bro, I said Dominic underrated and he scored. Yeah, I mean, you called it, to be fair. You were kind of singing his praises, and he did and he generally had a good game, I thought. But then the goal put the icing on the cake. Arsenal fans were complaining that Salah said they'll win the league. Yeah, I think that's a typical tactic that he did, just to kind of put pressure on them. Player ratings versus Arsenal. Maybe you can help me. Forget doing Arsenal. Who cares about them? Alisson 7.5, maybe 7. Had a good save. Sabazla you'd give 9. Kanate 7. Van Dijk 8. Kirkes 7.5. Gravenberch 8. McAllister 7. Salah 5. Vert I thought was good, 7.5. Gakpo 7. Ekitike maybe 7. Gomez came on too late to probably give any sort of rating. Jones maybe 7, and Chiesa came on too late. But yeah, most I'd probably kind of give 7s too. Take care, edits. Thank you for your predictions as always. Ilias would give Salah 6. Fair enough. Maybe I was being a bit too emotional with my rating. But I'd also argue this is probably Vert's best game. I thought he was good. I thought he was good today. I thought he was good. Ilias says Gomez did a good interception. Yeah. Yeah, he did come on quite late. I think at 79 minutes, but in the time that he did have, he looked quite effective. I'm curious to kind of see how injured Kanate is and if that's going to change transfer plans in terms of signing you-know-who from Palace. Imagine the Isak news comes out tonight. That will be hilarious and also amazing. So yeah, let's see. Anyway, that turned out to be quite a good game, all things considered. Do you think Martinez will sign for Man United in time? I think so. I think it will. Apparently he's what's the word? He's not in the squad. He's not in the Villa squad. So that to me is indicative that this is probably going to get over the line, I think. Gahey is the captain, but they just said that this will be his last time in a Palace shirt. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, same. I'm trying also not to get too excited. It's one of those things where, like, if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, life goes on, kind of thing. I do see kind of a lot of people on like Twitter having aneurysms and mental breakdowns because they spend all day refreshing, wondering if a player is going to sign. Whereas I'm just like, yeah, I mean, if he signs, great. If he doesn't make a huge difference to my life. So let's see what happens. The thing is with this game as well, Arsenal don't have a right to be fuming. They don't have a right to be angry. They don't have a right to be outraged about this. They came to defend. They came to defend with seven defenders on the pitch. So I guess maybe they can be angry at their manager, but that's the extent of it. No blaming the board, because the board have spent an over £1 billion. That's another thing. Imagine spending an over £1 billion to do that. Over £1 billion just to stick 7 defenders on the pitch and still lose. Life is crazy. Yeah, they're showing Bayern Leipzig now. But anyway, that was fun. Probably be back Thursday, which is a few days away. There's a Liverpool game on Thursday, aka Netherlands. So I'll probably be back for that. But anyway, hope you guys have a nice weekend. I hope you have a nice afternoon, evening and all that. Nothing will be announced until tomorrow. Yesterday Newcastle played, today Liverpool, and Palace played today. True, it might come down. It might come down to the very end. Because I think it closes tomorrow, the window. There's nothing with respect to kind of transfers on the wonderful website. Yeah, nothing. Take care, Dawood. Have a good afternoon plus evening. Take care, guys. I'm starving. I'm going to go do some cooking. But yeah, see you guys soon.